knee-jerk reaction, like someone says something and you're mad immediately? Like you didn't have a chance to think about it? Why? How'd you get mad so fast? It's a subconscious pattern. It's an actual neural pathway in the brain. And that little thing they said was a tripwire, and oh, I'm gonna get them. That made me mad, right? That is the subconscious mind. So how did your subconscious get programmed? Well, scientists say that your parents, their DNA, has some of their stuff in it, some of their negative programming, some of their good stuff too, but you can actually be born with negative stuff, right? And then, how was your birth? Was it something traumatic? Just because you don't remember it doesn't mean it doesn't affect you. The subconscious is timeless. And then you grow up and you hear things like you're not worthy and you're not good enough and you're not smart enough and why can't you just be like your sister or your brother, or you're not going to get into that college, money doesn't grow on trees, and all this stuff becomes your programming. It doesn't matter if you like it or agree with it. Your mind is in a theta state when you're a kid from about 0 to 8 years old, and you just soak all that in and that becomes your reality. You ever met somebody who was in an abusive relationship and then they get in another abusive relationship and another, and you're like, come on now, haven't you learned? Their subconscious literally looks for that and creates that. They don't consciously want it, of course they don't, right? But their subconscious creates it. So in your business, you probably find that you have some of the same struggles over and over. I've got a client, she just started working with her husband, and he wants her to make some cold calls. And she called me and she's like, I'm afraid to call people. She said, I made this connection that this triggers some rejection from my past, and I'm afraid they're gonna say no, it's gonna hurt my feelings, I don't wanna make the calls. And so we did some mind reprogramming with her, and I called her a week later and I said, how's the calls going? And she's like, absolutely awesome. It's so easy to pick up the phone and talk to people. And I'm like, well, that's amazing. It's only been a week, right? And she was like, oh my gosh, it transitions so fast and so automatically that I didn't even realize. I'm picking up the phone every day and we're getting business and it's going fantastic. Your subconscious mind is like putting two magnets together. And if you have the poles right, they just click, right? They stick together. And then you flip it over and why won't it go together, right? It's because it's repelling. And your subconscious does that in your business. There's areas that repel in your business. And so what we do with subconscious reprogram is we flip the magnet and we stick it together, and then it's that easy. So your choice for today and the rest of your life is to fight the business strategies and goals and things that you're trying to accomplish with your conscious mind. That's 1 to 4% of the power that you have. Or to reprogram the subconscious mind, flip that magnet and make things just come together and grow with ease. Makes more sense, right? I am into shortcuts. Anybody else in here like shortcuts? I was always a Cliff Notes reader, I'm a catalyst. Let's get to the point. Tell me the answer, right? Let's just fix these problems. Sometimes people think you need to go back and dig up the past to fix things. And there's a cellular biologist, his name is Bruce Lipton, and he says it's like if you take your shirt to a tailor and it's torn, and the tailor's like, well, I need to know the backstory. Why did it get torn? How did you feel when it was torn in order for me to sew it up? He says you don't need to do that. And so in our process, it's simple because we just move forward. How would you rather have things? So I want you to start thinking about that. I want you to get out a piece of paper, actually, and I want you to write down what you want different in your business. If you could just choose one thing that you want different in your business, what would it be? And I want you to, after you write it, I'm going to tell you how to maybe rewrite it in a way that your subconscious is going to better understand it. Anybody out there ever done a positive affirmation? Of course, right? So you're going to write a statement like a positive affirmation, but here's the difference. Positive affirmations usually don't work, and here's why. You're not reprogramming your subconscious with a positive affirmation, you're stating a conscious goal. It's not sinking into your subconscious programming. So if you want it to sink into your subconscious programming, you have to use a process like ours, which reprograms the subconscious. And you have to start with the statement. So make it first person. I. Make it positive. Present tense. I am. I have. It's so easy for me to. And then what do you want to accomplish? And you say it like you already have it. So easy for me to net $100,000 a month. What is your goal? What do you want to do? It's so easy for me to. Say it like it's already happened. What is your business goal? Y'all got your goal? Okay, now I'm going to teach you a little trick today. So have any of you heard of muscle testing, the type that they do in applied kinesiology? Yeah? Okay, so your body has a built-in lie detector, all right? That's why a lie detector works. And we're not using this to find out if you're lying. We're doing this to find out your truth. We want to know what's true to your system and what's not, okay? So there's a way that you can muscle test yourself, and it's called a sway test. Anybody ever heard of a sway test? Yeah? Okay. So I want you to, everybody has your goal? Okay, I want you to stand up. All right, now in a sway test, when something is true to your system, you're naturally pulled forward. When something is not true to your system, you are naturally pulled backward. Now what you want to do is be totally open and curious. You are not allowed to mess with the results. You hear me? No messing with the results. Okay. So when you tap into your subconscious mind, it works best if you're looking downward. So I want you to look downward, and I want you to say your name. My name is, and say it out loud, and then see if your body sways forward or back in the next couple seconds. So go ahead. My name is. My name is. Okay, now the way the test should work, now this is, some of you first try, it might not always work perfect for everyone, but you should sway forward because it's true, okay? Now I want you to say something that's not true. My name is George. And see if you sway backward. Do you feel it? It's kind of crazy, right? You guys had superpowers and you didn't even know it. Okay, now I want you to take your goal. You can say it out loud or you can say it in your head, and I want to see which way you sway, forward or back. Okay, think about your goal or say it out loud. So easy for me to make, or whatever the goal is. See if you sway forward or back. Everybody figure out which way you went? If not, see me after. If you swayed forward, you subconsciously believe in the goal if you did the sway test right. If you sway backwards, that means you don't believe in the goal, and we got to reprogram your subconscious so you believe in it. Because you literally cannot accomplish the goal if you do not believe in it. Jane likes to say you only have 3 problems. First one's your thinking, second one's your thinking, third one's your thinking. Exactly. You guys can have a seat. Thanks for playing with me. So I need somebody who's willing to come up for a demo and have their subconscious mind reprogrammed right in front of your very eyes. Woo! All right, give her a hand. Okay. Have a seat. Tell me your name.
Margine.
Margine. So nice to meet you. Are you okay sharing your goal with the crowd? I should have asked you that before you got up here.
Sure.
Okay, tell us. What's your goal?
My goal is to have over 50 accredited investors.
Okay, over 50 accredited investors in my business. Okay, so we're going to say it like you already do, because the subconscious does not know the difference. Have you guys ever, like, taken a lemon and, like, cut it and squeeze the juice in your mouth? Did anybody's mouth water?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even have a lemon. What happened, right? The subconscious is that powerful. Have you guys ever seen the demo? You can do it with me, where you put your thumb out and you twist back and you see how far back you go? And then you close your eyes and you imagine doing it again. You don't actually do it, you just imagine that you can go further. Just imagine you can go further. And then you open your eyes and you do it again. And do you go further? What? We didn't imagine we could twist in circles or spend like so much time on it. The mind is so powerful. You know, they did a study with these little kids. They were bowling and they wanted them to improve. And so they said, okay, these kids, you're going to spend 5 minutes a day, 7 days a week for 5 minutes just practicing, right? They improved 70%. They had another group of kids and they said, you guys are going to imagine it. Not actually do it, just imagine it. They improved 68%, only 2% less than the kids who actually practiced. Then they took the kids and they had them do both. Practice it and imagine, and they improved by 160%, right? So much power in the mind. You guys remember Mary Lou Retton from the 1984 Olympics? She was very famous for that visualization. She imagined her routine, getting a perfect 10, winning the gold medal. Did she do it? Yes, she did it. Your mind doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. And so if you can get that goal into your subconscious mind, it's so easy to have the success you're looking for. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are going to do a little muscle testing. See if I can not knock my drink over. All right, so are you okay if I press on your arm?
Yes.
Okay, so in this type of muscle test, I'm going to use her arm instead of the sway test, all right? Now, if something's true to her system, her arm is going to stay up strong, and if something is not true to her system, her arm is going to go down. And so I'm going to have her kind of pay attention to her system, pay attention to the signal, and see if your system believes in the goal or doesn't believe in the goal, okay? Let me have your arm. Okay, so I want you to look downward. Okay, perfect. You said Margine?
Yes.
Margine. Okay, say, my name is Margine.
My name is Margine.
Okay, keep your arm up. How's that amount of pressure, okay?
Okay.
Okay, now say, my name is George.
My name is George.
Keep your arm up. Do you notice a difference?
Yeah.
Was I pressing harder?
No.
Okay, awesome. All right, now I want you to say your goal, which is, it's so easy for me to have over 50 accredited investors in my business.
It is so easy for me to have over 50 accredited investors in my business.
Okay, keep your arm up. Do you believe in that goal? Darn it, she doesn't believe in the goal. Well, lucky for you, you're sitting next to me. So what we're going to do is we're going to program that into her subconscious mind so her subconscious believes it and spends 95 to 99% of the day making that a reality for her. You okay with that?
Okay with that.
Okay. So first we're going to check with her system if it's okay if we do that, create that new pathway, and then we're going to find out which process that I know will work for her. Now, this is not teaching you how to do this, okay? This is just like I'm juggling and you're watching and it's like cool, right? Okay, because there's a lot to learn here. This is like years of practice. Okay, so let me have your arm. Okay, so I'm just, your subconscious can pick up my subconscious. So you don't even have to know what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna think of something and press on your arm to see which process we're gonna use and if it's okay to do it, okay? I'm just thinking of it. Keep up your arm. Stay up. Okay, awesome. All right, so put your feet flat on the floor for a minute. Let's do it one more time. I didn't notice your feet were like that. It's better if your feet are flat. Okay, do it again. Keep your arm up. Stay up.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So I want you to cross your right ankle over your left ankle. Okay, keep your arm up. Staying up. Okay, switching the other way. Left ankle over right ankle. Keep your arm up. No? Okay, so put them back the other way. Okay, now put your arms out in front of you, right wrist over left. Eyes looking down. Keep your arms up. Let's stay up. Okay, switching the other way. Keep it up. Which way felt stronger?
My right.
Okay, switching back. I want you to interlace them and set them in your lap or up to your chest. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to think of your goal, which is, it's so easy for me to have over 50 accredited investors in my business. And you're gonna just keep saying that over and over again until you feel a switch, a change, something happens. You'll notice something, or you'll get bored, one of the two. And then open your eyes, okay? While she does that, I'm gonna tell you what's going on in her brain. And if you come over to my booth over there, you can see a brain map and see what's going on in her brain. And here's what's going on. You have a brain bridge, a corpus callosum, and it separates both hemispheres of your brain. When you're born, you have about 200 million neural pathways connecting both sides of the brain. And as you grow up and get these beliefs in your subconscious mind, they start to separate and you start to become more one mind or the other, more emotional or more logical. And I almost think of it like hopping on one foot because you're not so balanced anymore. And so what we're doing is we're opening that brain bridge so that her brain can build new neural pathways to believe in this goal. See, you develop 10,000 brain cells per day. And they can either develop in those same patterns that you have going over and over again, or you could build them into new pathways. Your brain is neuroplasticity, you hear that word. And so what's going on right now is she's building those new neural pathways, and then when she's done, she's gonna open her eyes and we're gonna check if she believes in her goal with a muscle test with her body's own, oh, she's done already, she's fast. Okay, put your feet flat, put your fingertips touching, eyes looking downward, okay? Just do that for a second. So we're gonna check if it worked when we're done, and then what she's gonna do is she's gonna make an action plan. So like Mary Lou Retton, she visualized it, but she had to do it. She had to practice and then she had to perform, right? So she's still gotta do the work. I mean, she can't just go home and wait for the check to arrive in the mail or the 50 clients to contact her, right? She still has to do the work. But literally, we are energy, and she has this energy now pulling in these 50 people. They can't resist. They're gonna be like magnetized to her, all right? And I'm gonna call her in a week and make sure it's happening. And she's gonna tell me it is, because they always do. It's fascinating. Okay, let me have your arm. All right, so we're just gonna say the statement out loud, looking down.
It's so easy for me to find over 50 accredited investors for my business.
Okay, keep your arm up. Is it staying up?
Wow.
I was pressing hard, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, good job, give her a hand. Awesome. That is how easy it is to reprogram the subconscious mind. Is that easy? You want another one? You don't believe me? Okay, do another one. Pick me, the tax guy, the loophole guy. Awesome, cool. Nice to meet you.
Wow.
Tell me your name again.
Jonathan.
Jonathan, why'd you say, ooh, wow?
I just felt your energy just transferring
Oh,
over.
ooh, wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, have a seat. Jonathan, what do you want different in your business?
I don't know if it's so much what I want different.
Okay,
It's more about my own fear of earning more revenue.
okay,
So I want personally, I feel like I would like to learn at least $500,000 in gross revenue.
okay. It's so easy for me. How about that?
It's so easy for me to earn $500,000
Okay, awesome. $500,000 in revenue each year.
each year, recurring.
Okay, awesome. All right, have you ever had a muscle test?
Sort of, kind of, but yeah.
Okay,
But go ahead.
okay. Feet flat on the floor,
Okay.
eyes looking downward. You okay if I press on this arm?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want you to say, my name is Jonathan.
My name is Jonathan.
Keep your arm up. How's that pressure? Is that okay?
Good.
Okay. Say, my name's Sally.
My name is Sally.
Keep your arm up. Oh, it's not. You don't look like a Sally. All right, I want you to say your goal, which is, it's so easy for me, I can't read my own notes from here, to earn $500,000 in revenue each year.
It is so easy for me to earn $500,000 in revenue each year.
Keep your arm up. Do you believe it?
Not too much.
Not too much, okay. So we're just gonna check if we can change that, okay? Now, I like to use the arms and leg cross position. It's the simplest process that we have. I'm checking in with his subconscious if it's okay to use that. We have all sorts of techniques to reprogram the mind, but hopefully we'll use that one again, okay? So it's safe to do this demo balance. Keep your arm up. And stay up.
Okay, yes.
Okay, cool. Cool, cross your ankles right over left.
Right over left. Okay.
You got it. Okay, keep your arm up. That one feels strong?
So strong, yes.
Okay, maybe sorta. Let's compare. Let's see which way is stronger. Cross your ankles the other way, left over right.
Okay.
Keep your arm up.
This one's stronger.
That one's stronger. Okay, keep them like that. Arms out in front of you, right over left. Eyes down, be strong. Does that feel strong?
Mm-hmm.
Switch them the opposite way. Be strong.
Not so much.
Okay, switch them the other way. Interlace them. To your lap or to your chest, whatever's more comfortable.
Here.
Okay, close your eyes. Think of the goal, you remember it? So easy for me to earn over $500,000 in revenue each year. Okay, you keep saying that, all right? Again, this posture is opening that brain bridge. It's putting him in a whole brain state. And when you're in a whole brain state, you react to life differently. One of my favorite things about being in a whole brain state is that you get open and curious when somebody speaks to you instead of defensive, angry, agitated, right? Because you're not in those same brain loops. So if you guys want, you can get into this pattern. This is a great way to sit, to be in a whole brain state. So if you're stressed out of the office and you want to just calm yourself down, open that brain bridge, think in a more whole brain state, you can sit in this posture. Now, I've got clients that come in with revenue goals. I had a lady recently and she said, I want to double my business. She was already doing phenomenal. She had a big mastermind going with, in San Diego, huge numbers of ladies. And so, like always, I'll call my clients the next week and I say, I know it's been a week and your goal was for the year, but how's it going? And she said, I have never made more money than I have in this last week. Yes. Mm-hmm. The power of the subconscious mind. I like to think about it like, oh, you're done. Feet flat. You guys are fast. Awesome. Hands like this. Perfect. Eyes looking down. Like a locomotive. Your subconscious mind has the power of a locomotive, and your conscious mind is like the penny on the track. Which one do you want to be? The locomotive, right? Because if you're the penny and you're like, oh, I can take you, locomotive, I got it, come on, you're going to get smushed or blown off the track, right? So put that subconscious power to work for you. I know Carolyn in the back of the room, do you mind if I share? Carolyn now offers all her clients, she pays for them to see me because it's that powerful. They transform in her process so much better when their subconscious mind is on board. I mean, that's a testimonial, right? Thank you, Carolyn. That's amazing. Okay, let's check you out here, guy. All right. You have your arm? Okay. So I want you to say your goal.
It's so easy for me to earn $500,000 revenue each year.
Okay, keep your arm up. Feel strong? That's a high five for you. Awesome. Now you just need to make an action plan. How are you going to do it? Okay? Because now your mind is working towards it. How are you going to do it? Okay? So go write it down. Thank you. Awesome. All right. I am so excited to share a resource that I have with you guys today to reprogram your minds. So Denise is going to pass out some forms, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about these. So this program, this resource that I have for you, this is for you if you want a fast track to high profits. Anyone out there? Fast track to high profits. Okay. This program is for you if you want strategies and structures and processes to get to your goal. That's for all the, what do you call them, Jane? Optimizers. This program is for you if you want to know the science. You want to hear the Harvard studies. You want to know how your cell works and how this process actually changes your brain, how it changes how the receptor receives the signal, and it can actually rewrite your DNA. Did you guys know you have that kind of power? You do, and you're going to learn that in our program. Don't be thinking you're going to get whatever you got passed down from your family because it's in your DNA. You can change your DNA. That's the new biology. That's the new quantum physics. That's what scientists have discovered. This program is for you if you're the kind of person that wants to help humanity. You want to be part of a nonprofit that does huge things to change the world. You want to be part of a team that works together to raise consciousness. I'm going to tell you about a couple of clients. I got this guy who comes to me, he's a mortgage banker, and he says, I've been in mortgages for 18 years, and really, I'm not that excited about them anymore. I've kind of like run out of excitement. It's mortgage, I mean. He's like, I want to be passionate about mortgage again, and I want to do even better. He's like, I'm comfortable, that's the problem, right? I want to do even better. And he says, will you make a video of me like before I work with you and after? I'm like, I should be asking you that, of course, right? So we make this video, and he's like, hello, my name's Mark, I work for XYZ Mortgage, and my goal in this program with Balanced You is to transform my success in my business to a new level and to be excited about it. And the cool thing about this process is, even though I was pressing on arms up here, you learned that you guys have some superpowers, right? The sway test and things. Well, we can pick up your signal long distance. We don't even need your arm. So when you're working with myself or my team long distance, we do it over Zoom. We muscle test ourselves on your behalf, and we walk you through the process the same as if you were sitting there, and we have 100% the same results. Is that powerful? I've been working with clients in Saudi Arabia, in Europe, all over the world, same results. So we work with Mark, the mortgage guy, and we just finished, he did a 6-month program with us. Because, you know, when you're like, he's 60-ish, when you have decades of stuff, and your body, mind, and spirit, you got all this stuff going on, there's a lot of stuff we can reprogram. Sure, it only takes a couple minutes to reprogram the mind, but how many programs do you have in that mind? When you sit at a traffic light, what is going through your head? Is it positive stuff? Is it negative stuff? What's going on in your mind? So we worked with him, and last week we had our final session, and like this guy, I don't recognize him. He is like that transformed, right? And I'm like, Mark, are you ready for the follow-up video? And he's like, we're making it next week. He's like, I am so excited for the follow-up video because I had no idea what was gonna happen to me. Like, I thought I would be more excited about my business and I would increase my profits. And he did. But more than that, he literally, like, his eyes were opened to the possibilities of a worldwide business. And he's doing online programs, and he's joint venturing, and he's podcasting, and like all this stuff he wasn't even thinking about when we started, because he's not getting in his own way anymore, and all of a sudden all these avenues opened up to him. Fascinating. I'll show you the video. It's coming soon. I have an insurance lady, and she has a team of insurance salespeople, and she didn't send me the ones who were struggling. She sent me the ones who were doing the best. And she said, I want them to do even better, right? So the first lady comes in and she's already making $500,000 a year in sales and insurance, but she's like, I'm scared to like go beyond that. Like, I feel like that's enough. Like, my self-worth can't handle more than that, because if I do more than that, then I'm gonna be more visible, I might need to be on stage, and it's kind of scary, and I think I wanna stay right where I'm at. But really, I don't. Really, I want to move to the next level. I'm just scared. And so we worked together one time. And this lady, she calls a company in Texas. And she flies out there. Now, this is a company that she'd been scared to call for years. She flies out there. She sells them. They have 200 employees. She sells them like this huge program. All 200 employees sign up. She comes back. She wins Saleswoman of the Quarter. It's a win. She's no longer in her way. Her subconscious mind is not holding her back. She sends me another one of her salespeople. Now, she's still not so sure she's glad that she sent me this lady, because what happened with this lady is she did so well, so fast, that she got promoted to run a new division. And now she's not on her team. She's like, oh, that one kind of backfired on me, but I'm so happy for that lady. I wanted her to have immense success. I had this funny guy come in last week. You know, people tell me their secrets, and I don't need to know their secrets. I'm like not a priest. They tell me all their stories. I'm not a psychologist, right? But they want to tell me anyway. So the guy's like, I got to tell you something. And I'm like, oh gosh. here we go, right? Brace myself because I've heard it all. And he's like, oh, I'm kind of embarrassed, and I'm starting to get nervous, like, what's he gonna say? And he goes, well, I'm bald. And when I do my sales pitch and then I say, like, will you buy, in better words, he says, all of a sudden my head just starts pouring sweat. And I'm like wiping my face, and he's like, it's really awkward. They can tell how uncomfortable I am. He's like, can we reprogram that? Absolutely. I called him, he's already doing better. No more sweaty head. Yes, right? Is that a big deal? It was a big deal to him.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I had a couple of real estate people call me recently. And you know what was funny? They're like, we need to work on our tempers. I'm like, oh, really? What's going on with that? They're like, oh, these buyers and these sellers and these home inspections, and we're just like, they're renegotiating, and it's so frustrating, and our tempers get set off. So we reprogram that, and guess what? Open and curious, peaceful, calm, doing great with their clients. I had one guy who came to me, he was in this group, and he had to get up and speak, and he was so scared. He would, he like couldn't get it out of his mouth. We worked together, can't even tell. He just won an award for the most improved speaker in his group. So awesome. The power of your subconscious mind is the secret to your success. Now, I told Jane, I want to speak later in the day. And she's like, no. You want to speak early in the day, because if you don't get your mind right, all the other stuff you're going to hear this weekend is like taking seeds and throwing them on Arizona soil that hasn't been prepped. It's just going to burn up in the heat, right? Like, you have to have your mind in a place where you believe you can succeed. So in this program, you're going to be working with myself and my team of mind reprogramming experts. We're going to have a private 30-minute call with you. We're going to find out what's working and what's not, and what you want different in your business. We're going to meet with you either in person or over the phone or over Zoom, depending on our locations. We've got offices in different states, but if you're not by us, works just the same. We're going to help you reprogram your subconscious mind. Do the magic you saw up here, and you can see for yourself the difference. What a change it makes when you have that tidal wave of subconscious power working for you instead of fighting you. You're going to get all sorts of videos about the science of this process, and the thing I love about that is when you see the science, it's like, it doesn't look woo-woo, it's like, this is actually science. My brain is changing. Again, come over there and check out my little brain map to see what happens. Of course, you're going to get a copy of my new #1 best-selling book. And you know why it's #1 best-selling? Because I programmed my mind that it would be. Of course. Of course. All right? We're also going to do some group coaching calls to assist you in your transformation. Because everyone here wants to increase their business profits. Am I right? Okay, so we are going to do that together. So, the value of this program is $19.97. I sell it every day for that. But today, to honor our host, Jane, and to give you guys a freebie, fill out, everybody check you want to transform now, because of course you do, and fill out your name. Even if you're buying nothing from me today, you're going to get free stuff from me. So everybody fill this out for free stuff. You didn't get one? These guys are missing some. Okay. But if you want to actually reprogram your subconscious mind and work with myself and my team and transform your profits, we're going to give you 50% off today, okay? So you can take $1,000 off this price. And you can do a full pay, $9.97. You can do a 2-pay, $5.47. I will even let you do a 3-pay, $3.97, all right? You cannot afford not to do this. Don't be standing on that beach with that tidal wave coming saying, I can take it. No, I got this. You cannot overpower your subconscious programming. So let us help you get to your goals. Is it worth $1,000 to get to your goals? Say yes. Say yes to yourself. Say yes to your dreams. Say yes to building the business you want to build. And we can talk about other stuff besides business. We can talk relationships. We can talk health. We can transform anything in your life with the power of your mind. Remember, your mind is a printout of your subconscious programming. The first 5 who are buying the program and turn in their paperwork are going to get 3 sessions instead of 1. And just to throw in a bonus for the rest of you, I'm going to give you 2 sessions instead of 1 if you buy the program. 2 full hours for everyone who buys the program, 3 for those who turn it in the first 5. I know you're struggling in your business or you would not be here. Let me and my team of mind reprogramming experts help you transform your thought processes. Get yourself out of your own way and live a life of joy and ease and success in your business. Let me tell you how to start. The subconscious mind is sensory. That means it doesn't understand some of the words we consciously say. So I want you to get your paper back out, and I want you to write underneath your goal, V for visual, A for auditory, K for kinesthetic. And then I want you to write down a web address, which is changethatbrain.com. So you wrote V for visual, A for auditory, K for kinesthetic, and then changethatbrain.com. Now you're going to go to that website, and when you go there, it's going to pull up my little cartoon messenger bot, and it's going to take you through an exercise that's visual, auditory, and kinesthetic questions about your goal to help you start reprogramming your mind for your success. So make sure you do that. You're also entered to win a drawing for another mind reprogramming session when you go to that website, so make sure you do that. And I'm not here tomorrow, so talk to me today if you want to talk about the power of your mind. Roger Bannister in 1954 broke the 4-minute mile. He was the first person to run a mile in under 4 minutes. He was a medical student. He wasn't even training for running that much, but he had this natural ability, and he had this belief because he saw other people running in 4 minutes and 5 seconds, 4 minutes and 3 seconds. He thought, I can do this. So he worked an early shift at the hospital, he went to lunch with friends, and then they met out at the track. And 1,200 people gathered because they wanted to see if he could really break this record. So in this time trial, he broke the record. 3 minutes, 59 seconds, and some change. And guess what happened the minute he did that? People all over the world heard it was possible. And today, 1,700 people have run a mile in under 4 minutes. High school kids, people over 40, you can do it if you believe you can do it. I want you to know that your business can be easy if you program yourself that it is. It doesn't have to be hard. I've got an Olympic athlete that I'm working with, and he's like, oh, this is hard, building a business. I'm like, why is it so hard? He goes, well, I came up with the idea, and I manufactured the product, and I take the orders on the website I built, and I package it up, and I sell it, and I promote it, and I do the bookkeeping and the marketing. I'm like, dang, that is hard. Why are you doing all that? Do you not have money to hire help? He's like, no, I have the money. I'm like, well, then why? And he said, well, I guess because building a business is hard. And I said, I guess we should change that belief. And so we did, and he hired help, and guess what? It's not so hard anymore. Don't be like Rudy. Don't work so hard to build your business that you only get 7 seconds of fame. I hope that you'll grab onto the power of your subconscious mind and turn it all around. This is your day. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I'm here to tell you about that subconscious power. Take it and run with it and transform your profits. Thanks for having me. I'm Jenny with Balance.